You're listening to TalkTainmentRadio.com.
The views and opinions expressed are those of the host and guest and not necessarily those of TalkTainmentRadio.com, the management, the staff, or K&E World Network, LLC.
Hello. Welcome to Talktainment Radio, and you're listening to Stairway to Heaven. I'm your host, Dr. Bass Claude Smith. I'm glad to be back. I've been feeling under the weather for the past couple of weeks, but I'm here today, and I made the determination to get here today to be with you, lovely folks. I also like to give a shout out to the Core Lab and the Print Shop, Trina, Carol, Drew, and Dagan, at them the guy people from the workshop on my job. Also, I'd like to get to the Keys of Harmony. We're still together, and right now, after we lost our guitar player, Joe Woods Jr., we are trying to regroup. So give us time, and I'll let you know where we at and when we'll start back up. Also, Praise Temple, thank you. I'd like to give you a shout out also, and you're part of this list too. My topic for the day is, I forgot to say Droopy Diaper. That's my granddaughter. Her name is Amore. And she just walks around and gets in and everything. So Amore, don't go in my room and try to steal my clock, okay? All right, that's what Papa say, and the rest of my family. Also, I like to say that, what my topic is, we will always follow anybody. We will follow anybody, anytime, anywhere. Wherever they go, we'll go. If they don't matter, doesn't matter who they are, or what they are, or whatever they do, we will follow anybody. There are times that I've heard people talk to people and heard people say that, let me make up a name. Let's say Billy the Kid. He was, Billy the Kid. He was a young outlaw. This Billy the Kid. I use that for the young people today. Let's start with them. Young folks, you have a tendency to. You're in that frame of mind where do I go, what do I do, and how do I do this? But some of you find a leader to follow. There are times that not always young folks, some of older folks, and they hit the young folks so hard and heavy to drag them into anything they can. They tell them this, they tell them that, and by the minds being so young and understanding that they don't comprehend or understand what's going on. A few months ago, I said maybe a few months to a year ago, I met a young man talking to another young man. We both had got out of church that Sunday, and this young man came up and told this other young man, that you've been sold by your pastor and everything. Your pastor sold you. And I told the young man, he don't know a thing about your pastor. I said, it's just something to make it. Well, I got proof. Well, I haven't seen the proof, and I haven't seen the word in the Bible where a pastor sells a member of the congregation. It's just something that they made up. So, young folks, I'm going to make this short because I was on it before. You got to watch who you listen to and who you follow. And most of all, watch what you watch and what you look at. Because everything on Instagram and YouTube ain't for you. There's a lot of stuff. I'll be looking up for gospel, looking for some music, and try to do my thing with it, but it's not for you. Another thing is that us grown folks, us older folks, we have to watch out who we're listening to and who we're following. There's so many false prophets out there that they will talk us into anything. And then, and you know, I might well just say young people too, and children too. They will talk us. Someone will try to talk you into anything. There are a few cults out there. They're not really of the Bible, or not really of the Lord Jesus Christ. They say they are, but they're not. They will sit back, make up stuff, make up their rules, and if you're foolish enough, you will follow it. I can remember from some years back that there was a Jesse James, and he had a whole group of followers, and he used people. He had laws. He had made up his own commandments and his own laws. He had the laws that they, take commandments, say, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife. Well, he took it within himself to change that law, thou shalt covet thy neighbor's wife. He will walk up to a married couple and tell that man, your wife, that's not your wife, it's my wife. And if he's crazy enough to do it, then he will hand his wife over to the dude, to him. Also, what he did was, young girls being at the dinner table, and he would send his so-called, I could say ushers, his so-called ushers out, and put a star by each girl that he wanted to be his wife. As I said, that's how people get caught. One way they get caught, they can see you down on your luck. They can see you in the streets hungry and begging for money to try to get your next meal. And they'll tell you certain things. Follow me, I will help you. Follow me, I'll show you how to do certain things. And if you're down in love, ain't got nowhere what's in your mind, next thing you know in your mind is, I'm going to follow them. Another thing is that after you follow them, they get so where they got themselves all cleaned up and well put together, then they become one of their soldiers or messengers. And they will go out there and get somebody to pull somebody else's end. Now, some people have property, have good jobs and everything, and sometimes they have to force them to sign their paycheck over to them, or whatever monthly check that they get. Well, you have to sign it over to me so to keep the family growing. It's so hard that when we follow those type of people, they got every game, every trick in the book they can pull. They may do it by phone calls, letters, or knocking on your door, telling me that we this and that, and we're not. If I remember correctly, somebody can correctly and say, if I can't, I don't know what verse it is, but Jesus Christ has said, many will come unto me, come and say, I'm under Jesus Christ. And really, half of them are false prophets. Because once they get to heaven, Christ will say, I know you not. You witness of iniquity. I know you not. We have the followers, follow people, all types of it. They may have the biggest cars, the biggest diamond rings, nice and beautiful houses, but still inside they still go get their own flock and their own congregation together. They may even have them out on the street selling papers. I may have them out on the street doing all sorts of things, selling anything just to pull you in. But truthfully, you have to understand, you have to watch who you're talking to and watch who you're listening to. Because there's always a game behind who's who. There's always a game behind what they're going to say. And there's always a game behind how they change things their way. I have a friend of mine, I met a couple of about a month ago, and they were telling me certain things. And when I said, what you gonna do if you get sick? Oh, that's all right. Time heals. I don't go to, but they're gonna look at me and blah blah blah. I say, no, they're gonna look at try to find out what's wrong with you. And certain things she told me, and certain things that I know I'm not gonna mention, but it was hard for me to understand why was she put that way, and it was hard for me to find out what was in her mind. We got to understand this, my sisters and brothers, ladies and gentlemen. All people are not what they say they are. All people are not who they are. Because they're out there to catch one thing. Whatever they got going or whatever they got doing is they can't see what you got in your back pocket. Now they may buy the land and set it up for a camping site or anything, and you go in there, oh, everything look beautiful, and then you go there, sometimes they tell you, well, you can't leave, you have to stay here. Or you can go to work and get a paycheck, have one of their guards waiting right there, waiting for you to get that whole paycheck and give it to them. While you eating pork and beans and wieners, they even a little Big Mac and eating steak and potatoes. Ourselves must learn that we got to be strong and we got to be hard. We cannot let stuff like that get to you or get to us. We have to show the love that we're stronger than them. And as I said, if you listen to the right ones, the ones that are really serious about what they're doing and really serious about who they're with, those are the serious ones, are the ones that are Christ's followers. The other ones are not. And this is TalkTameRadio.com, and you're listening to Stairway to Heaven, and I'm your host, Dr. Bass Claude Smith. And my topic is, we will follow anybody. Getting back to what I had just said was that people don't understand that how they could fall into a trench. Each time there's a false leader, there's somebody out there is digging a ditch each and every day. There's always someone out there saying that they hate this, they dislike this. And it's a few that they will get. And it's a few that they will go with. And the few that they get and the few that go with them, they train them, they talk to them, they put a lot of stuff in their head. And when they put it in their head, it's there to stay. Ain't no way you can remove it or try to move it. Because once they learn anything, they'll bring it home. And they try to rip the family apart. They tell the family, this ain't right, that ain't right, you ain't supposed to do this, you ain't supposed to do that. Deep down inside, just stuff you know. And if you're strong, well, deep down inside, what they telling you ain't the truth. So we have to kind of step back at them and look at it like a piece of puzzle. We have to stand back and figure that puzzle out. Because Billy the Kid, he ain't telling you the truth. He's telling you a story. And Billy the Kid got a lot of followers that can convince you. And they got a lot of followers that can tell you what's wrong. They never tell you right. You may think it's right, but it'd be wrong. We have to kind of understand that all this time we got so much. We got so much going. But once someone breaks away and gets out there to tell the truth, they come after them because they do not want them to know the truth, what really is going on. They really do not want to know what's going on. Just like Clay Hollister, who did things did things and saw things. and he told what was going on. And he almost got himself shot and killed for telling this. Another thing is that we need to stop listening to these so-called false prophets and these so-called people that they say this and they say that. You got to stop listening to them. You got people out there saying, blah, blah, this told me to do this and they told me to do that. They didn't tell him that. They didn't tell him anything what to do. I had people tell me that, reason why they didn't want you to go, it wasn't meant for you to go. Found out later on, you find out the difference that you were going, and somebody told them not to stay away from you. You were going, and they run and tell everything in the book. They tell everything in the book. Annie Oakley, this friend of mine, this lady laying over there, Annie Oakley, I'm not going to mention her name, I'm going to give her a new name. Annie Oakley, Calamity James. She was a nosy, rosy lady, dipped into everybody's business. Everybody's business. And when you didn't follow or listen to her, she would jump up and down and cry like a baby. She would go out and tell bad lies on you because you didn't do what she wants you to do. All the time, at the same time, you think everything's cool and everything's all right, but you find out something different at the end. And they have a way of exposing themselves, a very neat way of exposing themselves. And they may do certain things. They may tell certain lies, and you didn't do it, but they convince others that you did do it. And they know how to set up stuff. They have a follower too. She had a follower too. Miss Nosy Rosie was with Calamity James. And when you get them two together, they don't have nothing to talk about with everybody's business but their own. If you say the sky is blue, they're sweeping down the sky is green. Or if they say jump, they want to know how high can you jump. And then you have to say, well, hey, I'm not jumping and I'm not listening. Because everything they got in their mind and their head, they put it together. And they make up things and they lie to themselves. Well, you ain't supposed to be doing this, you ain't supposed to be doing that. Hey, I'm grown, I do what I want to do. That's what you have to tell them. Another one that they had with another friend of theirs they had with them, I say associates, but I don't put them all in one big basket. One was called, let's call him Dum Dum. He's along with them two and them three, he knows everything. He's supposed to know everything in the book. Don't know nothing. He blames everybody for his downfalls. Everybody for his downfalls. Well, if I had this, blah, blah, blah. If you had this, got yourself together, you would have what you should have, what you wanted. But you didn't. You play a lot of games and it haven't got you. You're still in the same spot that you in. So Dum Dum, Jesse James, Belle Starr, and Nosy Rosie, that's known as the Pack. I call them the Pack Five. And the Pack Five will have you follow them anywhere. The Pack Five will try to get you to believe everything they say and everything that they do. You have to watch out for the Pack Five, because the Pack Five only one thing. what's in your pockets. And whatever in your pockets, that's what they want. So you got to be careful with how they tell you what to do or how to do it, because they love every minute of it. You know, everything that you love, everything that you do. So you sit back and just tell the Pack 5, hey, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to do it. That's all to it. We have to show love where love is needed. And we have to show ourselves more following, more stronger than that. You have to take that Pack 5, get out of, walk away from them. You don't want to listen to what they say, and you don't want to listen to who they talking about. The Pack 5 is always trying to find somebody that cause more trouble than anybody in the world, because they didn't have what you got. They could have had what you got, but they didn't, because they didn't go try for it. They want to steal what you got, take what you got. Also, the Pack 5 doesn't care where you live or how you live. They want to see what's in your house. They want to know what's in your house. And the only way they'll do that is what's in your house. They will learn something, and they'll figure out how to get what you got. Sometimes they get so nervous that they see what you got, they be trying to take it, figure some type of way to get it. Because they done told their so-called friends who they stole, where they got it from, and how they got it. The Pope followers, all you people that follow them and listen to them, let me say this. You are the biggest followers of anybody. After all you've been through, you're going to follow them. You never think to see what they did, who's who, how they doing it. But you must learn one thing. You can't always be on your own without one of them. Always going to have somebody with you or with them listening to you. Always going to have somebody following you and telling you what you do and what you can't do. But remember, you got your own mind. And as I always say, mind ain't nothing but the garden, what you put it in. What you put in, it grows. And it grows. You know the old saying, the mind's a terrible thing to waste? Well, I just add that to it. Which the mind is nothing but a garden, what you put in, it grows. And I just add that in that too with that. We got to learn two things. Not to put it in our mind, because the Pack 5, as I said before, they will get you to follow them. They'll get you to do anything they want you to do. And some of you, if that week, you will do it. If some of you will, if they tell you to go out and rob a bank, you'll go do that. Believe me, you will. And come to the point, you got some Pack 5. I just like saying this, but you got some in the church today. They think they're big shot, they're better than you, and they don't want you to talk to certain people around certain friends that they don't even like your friends, because you're not paying enough attention to them. But you still follow them. Oh yeah, they'll follow them. Everything look pretty and gorgeous. Well, child, you know, blah, I got the blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you got it, but I wonder, how did you get it? How did you get it? Ask them, how did they get it? They're not going to tell you. Because somewhere along the line, they went somewhere and took it from somebody. Or they'll come in the house, oh, I like this. Well, I think you tell them, no, you can't have it. They're going to find some way to get it. And it'll be gone. I don't think you should have this. I think this, blah, blah, blah. Well, since you follow them, well, go ahead and take it. I'll get another one. No, you don't do that. You keep what you got. You make them get another one. And if they're not stupid enough or courteous enough to get what they're supposed to get, then you don't need them. You don't need them because they didn't take time to go get what they want and didn't take time to get what they need. But remember, there's one person that can give you everything. There's one person who can take care of you, and there's one person who can give you more love. And that is the Lord Jesus Christ, God the Father, his Son. And Jesus said, yeah, as you said, prayer, ask anything in my name, and it shall be given. And I like to say this to the Woods family. Y'all are just like family to me. Y'all like family. You're nothing but family. You're nothing more family to me than I am than anybody in this earth. But you're more family to me. There's some good leaders out there. There's some leaders out there tell you, who will help you. There's some leaders out there who will show you how to be right. One of them, the Reverend McCutcheon. He's a good follower, good leader. The Reverend Ernest Smith. He's a good follower. And listen to his word. Listen to both their words. Number 3, he's not with us anymore. The late Elder Evangelist Bishop Michael J. Mangrum. He tell you stuff to listen to. Them 4 guys, one more, Kaiser Jones Jr. Them 5 guys, them 5 ministers or preachers, they'll tell you stuff to get you on the road and keep you straight. Also, one more, Bishop Edward R. Shouts Sr. He gives out a lot of good information. All these ministers are friends of mine. And I'm not saying it because they're good friends or close friends of mine. I'm saying it because I've heard them preach and I have heard them teach. And they've been on this show. And they have the things that they be teaching you on is to help you. It's not about you got to do this to be with me, you got to do this to be with the church. It's about helping yourself. And that's what you need someone. If you want to help yourself get better, follow the faithful ones. Because these non-faithful ones, these false prophets, they're not going to give you nothing but bad luck and hard bubble gum to chew. They will not show you no love. They'll show you some love, but not much love. Because people that I've been around a lot of preachers when I was young. I had 2 preachers in my family, 3 in my family. And I watched them how they carry themselves. I watched them how they get up in the pulpit and preach Sunday morning service. I listened to them. Reverend W.L. Smith, Eli Alexander, and Bishop Griffin. There's some more. Those people are good people to teach us. Women, I haven't forgot you. No, I haven't forgot you. Patricia Bonnie Dewberry Howard. You got Evangelist Reverend Patricia Smith. Evangelist Alice Jordan. Those are the people that helped me. Susan Demeretti. She was like a mother to me. Them the people that I followed. Them the people that helped me. The late Ray Shackelford. Those are people that helped me get through things. And they showed me a lot. For they had done so much to lead me in a way and put me on the right track. James A. Samples. Father. He was a role model. I followed him. Followed in his steps when I went to get the United States Army. Henry Brown. He showed me some things. He was a good role model for me. These are people I said, these people, when I mentioned these got people's names, because they were good role models, and you can listen to them. The other four, Shouts, McCletchin, Smith, Jones, all of them are good listeners, and they preach from the heart. They preach where they try to save you and save you the right way, keep you from all of harm's way. We got some tricksters out there, as I said before, and we'll get you to follow them anywhere they want to go. We're going to have to give up, stop listening to them, watching what they say, because every word they have is a trick. Or they'll try to get you to talk to you on the phone. It's a trick. We have to learn to do one thing. Learn to love one another and learn how to be with one another. For, the Lord loves you very much. But as I said, also, Ray Shackelford was another one of my great role models. He taught me a lot, showed me a lot, kept me together. But anyway, that's him. Okay, my YouTube television business. This is Dr. Bass Claude Smith. I want to tell you, hey, what we do, remember the mind is nothing but a garden. Whatever you do, don't put nothing in it. Thank you. See you next time.